Let's solve for the remaining sides and angles. Okay, so let's start off by attempting to use the law of sines. Okay, let's pretend like we don't know what to do yet, so we're gonna go with our law of sines. We run into a problem really quick, right? If I'm trying to find side A and I put that over a sine of 104 degrees, what is my other ratio? I can't use B, 25, and beta because that just introduces a second variable, okay? Same is true for C and gamma, 37 and gamma, right? In any case, that any type of way I try to set this up using the law of sines, I end up with two variables. So I can't use the law of sines here. So I need to move on to something else, which is where the law of cosines comes into play. Okay, so the law of cosines, there are three different versions of the formula. Go with whatever you have to work with. For example, I have alpha, I have B, and I have C. So I can use that information to figure out A. A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine of whatever we set the original side as A, so this is going to be alpha. Okay, these two always correspond to each other. So if that were B squared, that would be beta. If this were C squared, it would be gamma. Okay, so another thing to note, these two will always be the same. So B and B, C and C. And they will always be the opposite of whatever's over here. Okay, the other one that's not used. Okay, so just a kind of a way to maybe help you remember the formula, but no big deal. Okay, so let's actually try to find something here. So let's find A. So A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine alpha. B is 25. C is 37. And alpha is 104 degrees. Okay, so that's a lot to type in my calculator, but I will go ahead and do that now. So let's see, 25 squared plus 37 squared minus 2 times 25 times 37 times cosine of 104. Close my parentheses. Make sure the calculator's set in degree mode. Probably should have done that before I typed all that in, but I was good. It is in degree mode. 2,441.5555. Square root of that is 49.4. So side A is 49.4. Okay, good. So now I have my three sides. Now let's try to find these angles. I can actually go ahead and revert back to the law of sines at this point. So I will go with beta next. Doesn't matter. I could have gone with beta or gamma. Now remember, anytime you use the law of sines to find two or more angles, right? You're only given one angle and you have to find two more. Remember, you have to check in case there's an additional triangle, okay? So we'll review that in a second. So anyway, scoot this down a little bit. Let's use the law of sines. Use a different color here. So sine of beta, I'm looking for beta, so sine of beta over b, which is 25, is equal to sine of alpha, 104, over a, which we just discovered is 49.4. You may want to include a few extra decimals just to make sure your answer is accurate. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, so multiply both sides by 25. Let's work this out for now. Multiply both sides by 25, so sine of beta is equal to 25 sine of 104 degrees over 49.4. And so beta itself, at least the first beta, remember there's potentially two, will equal inverse cosine, or arc cosine, of 25 times sine of 104 degrees over 49.4. Okay, that's what I need to type in my calculator. So, inverse sine, fraction button, 25 times sine 104, close parentheses, over 49.4. I'm going to include some extra digits, so I'm going to put 49.412, close parentheses, and I get 29.4 degrees. 29.4. Okay, so that's definitely one of my triangles. Okay, or yeah. To find the other one, remember, we need to at least check to see if we can get a valid triangle by having the second beta. Remember, you find that by just doing 180 minus the angle you just found, and this will be the other possible triangle. We do have to check to see if it's a viable option, but so 150.6 degrees. Okay, 150.6 degrees. Does that fit? 150.6. Well, let's compare it to the one we already know. We already know that alpha is 104. 104 degrees plus 150 degrees will be well over 180. So we would not have a triangle anymore. So lucky for us, we cannot say that beta 2 exists, right? That triangle does not exist. So there's only one number for beta, and that is 29.4 degrees. 29.4 degrees. Okay, now finally we can find gamma. Gamma is just going to be 180 minus 104 minus 29.4. And so gamma is 180 minus 104 minus 29.4, 46.6 degrees. 46.6 degrees. Okay, there we go. So we've finally figured out the whole triangle. There is only one triangle. Again, there's not two, because we tested it out. We saw that that would give something that's not a triangle, so we'll just throw that away. All right, so there we go.